Welcome back to Dreamin' Dragons. Snip, snip! Thinking about giving your pups a prune? Or maybe you have a few customers or friends lining up for a cutting. If you haven't been in this situation, you definitely will while on your dragon fruit journey, so stick around to the end. This week's sprinkle of secret herbs and spices smashes through the suspense of snipping your suckers in a storm. I've run my fingers through the weather forecast. Exciting life I live. And we're expecting rain today and a clear few days afterwards. Perfect time to have a hack and see what we can see. One rainy day, one wet dragon, two types of cuts, two things we're keeping our eye on, 7 days wait, let's go. Today I'm putting my physical graffiti in nature's firing line. Will taking a cutting in the rain cause lasting problems to my plant? If I was the prospective buyer of the cuttings taken, would I be a happy chappy in a few days' time, or will I have been shafted with an expensive bucket of rot? Two types of cuts. Cut 1. Let's take a flesh cut, right through the middle of the branch. Plenty of that juicy green flesh exposed to the elements. Cut 2. Joint cut. Smack, bang, center of that woody joint between the branch and the mother plant. Time to play the waiting game. While we condense 7-ish days into about another minute of video, let's talk about some possible results. Historically, I've always avoided doing any pruning in wet or damp weather. After having my plants battered by hail in their early days and seeing the branches rot near the shrapnel wounds, I've taken that as a sign to steer clear. Check that video out, I've linked it in the description. But if we take a nice clean straight cut rather than that ratty hail inflicted wound, will we have the same outcome? Time for the big reveal. Let's be selfish to start off with and check in on our mother plant first. Kicking off with our flesh cut. Whoa! We have some damage. Flesh rot has begun to develop and trickle into the branch. Nothing hugely serious as yet, but 7 days post-cut with a single day of rain, not a spectacular result for our plant, and very likely to continue running down the branch towards the mass of our dragon. Spoiler alert, we'll be binning the remainder of this before it spreads. Now for our joint cut. A little harder to tell with this one due to the sheer reduced surface area, but at the 7-day mark it seems okay. Nothing glaringly obvious here that raises the alarm. Nice. Let's see how our customers will have fared. For full transparency, these cuttings have been sitting undercover in a shaded area. The exact same method as I store all my cuttings while I callus them up. Not in the rain and the weather. First up, our flesh cut. Not as bad as the cut surface on our mother plant, but definitely a bit of damage. And here's our joint cut. Bloody hard to get the camera to focus on such a small little site, but pretty much bang on the same as the cut surface on the trellis. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Leave a comment below and let me know if you received cuttings with cuts like this, would you be happy? Overall, based on this small sample, I think there's potential in taking a cutting during the rain if it's a joint cut, but we'll definitely continue to steer clear of any flesh-related cuts. And if you found this one interesting, take a squiz through this one here too, and subscribe. It should hit the spot just like a dragon fruit on a warm summer's day. Oh baby.